Hi, this is Pamela Rachel, and I'd like to welcome you to this dental implant success video. You're here because you're interested in learning how to bring new dental implant patients into your practice, right? Those are high-value clients, and therefore this is going to be a high-value presentation. I'm going to specifically address how to get new pre-qualified implant leads that will easily convert into new patients. Hyper-targeted online billboard ads to help your practice dominate the local dental implant market in 90 days using perfect targeting to get the best leads at the lowest cost possible. What do most dentists want? You want sustainability and, more important, growth in your practice in the coming year. Maybe you want to increase profit to hire more employees, bring on more clinicians, or possibly open more locations. I'm going to show you how I can help streamline your leads and patient acquisition process. And it's going to give you relief from financial stress. Imagine running your practice without the stress of not knowing where or when your next new patient is coming from, not losing sleep at night, running the overhead payroll numbers through your head, wondering, how am I going to balance the books this month? Having a well-designed marketing plan that produces results will give you the confidence you desire by becoming a dominant presence in your local market. I'm going to be talking about how to prevent getting burned and blowing out your budget with Google or SEO or Facebook or anything that you might have tried in the past. There's lots of different marketers out there that are pushing all kinds of programs, and it can be very confusing and frustrating to know who to go with and the processes they use to get new patients for your practice. So without getting too technical, I'm going to show you the specific process that I have for the dental industry. This is not simply a marketing program, but it's a complete system created for you, designed to just crush it and help you dominate your local market. So who am I and why am I qualified to be your choice for marketing your practice? Very briefly, I've been in the dental industry more years than I want to admit to, but it's over 30 years. I'm not a kid who just took an online marketing course and now I'm looking for new clients to practice on. I'm a retired dental hygienist and I've been around the block. I've practiced clinically, I was in dental product sales, I was the market manager in the state of New Jersey for an implant company, and I worked with Dr. Arun Garg. I ran social media accounts for a number of dental practices. I worked with a partner in a practice management company, and I was national sales director for a dental corporation in New York City, managing a team of dental hygienists across the country. So to say that I know this industry is an understatement. And who better to create a relevant marketing program for your practice than someone who has dentistry in her blood? That being said, I'm going to show you how I generate highly relevant leads and pay less than most of the market. I'm going to show you how I guarantee the highest quality leads possible and how you can have this launch with literally zero risk. So, billboard ads. Okay, I'm sure you've seen them driving on the side of the road, right? We all have. They're usually very eye-catching and maybe kind of funny, like this one, licensed plumber on duty. That would definitely catch your eye. The problem with these billboards is everybody's driving by, so you might think, well, high traffic, right? There's thousands and thousands of people commuting every day, so they're seeing this billboard. The problem is it's low relevance to these people. You don't know who's driving by in a position to take action, right? And there's really no way to measure your return on investment. These billboards cost thousands, and I know because I designed one for a real estate investor in upstate New York. I strongly urged him not to do it, that it wasn't the best use of his money, but he wanted to see his logo up on 10 billboards, so I did it. After a 3-month contract and thousands upon thousands of dollars spent, He told me he knew of only one client that he got as a result of those billboards. The one thing a billboard is good for is brand recognition. But really, think about it. At what cost and over what period of time? The thing is, billboards, TV, and radio ads, they're old media. Yeah, that type of media dominated the advertising space just like the yellow book, and the yellow pages back in the day until around the 2000s. And that's when the internet really exploded and online advertising produced far more results. So now there's actually a way to target a whole audience of people in a specific location, and the online digital billboard ad that you're putting in front of them is super relevant. You're able to capture people in your local community. And the more behavioral data that you have on these people, the more relevant the advertisement becomes. They won't just be driving by haphazardly. The ad will be placed in front of them on their phone, their desktop, laptop, or tablet. Now, there's two different types of digital billboard platforms that we use to create online ads, and that's Facebook and Google. You've probably heard of both of these before. You might even be trying to use one or both of them now. But I'm going to show you the process that I go through when utilizing only one of these platforms without getting too technical. My focus is primarily on Facebook because even though I found that Google ads do work, they cost about twice as much as a Facebook ad. And there's a lot more competition on Google, so that's another reason why the cost is so high. Instead of people randomly driving by a billboard on the side of the road, Facebook allows us to put that ad right in front of people that have a high likelihood of actually wanting the service that you offer. Facebook collects data on all of us, and it's called behavioral data. Remember, I mentioned earlier, behavioral data shows what people are talking about online, the pages that they're visiting, the online stores that they're going to, searches that they make, different situations going on in their life, such as status updates like in a relationship, getting married, having a baby, or it's complicated. Facebook tracks all of these different types of data. And for example, in the dental industry, we would want to target people that are interested in replacing missing teeth or teeth whitening or dentures or braces, Invisalign, dental implants, white fillings, laminates, or even sometimes facial fillers or Botox for those of you that might be offering something like that in your practice. Over time, we found that typically women over 30 are the most likely people to convert from these ads and promotions for these types of procedures. And we would have a very strong offer that was hard to resist, like 50% off Invisalign, or an implant for $9.95, or purchase 3 Botox treatments, get 1 free cleaning exam and x-rays for new patients, which that one is just everywhere. And I'm sure many of you have seen a promotion like this, either online or even in your local papers. Those are the best types of offers to be able to give someone online to get them excited to leave their personal contact information, which leads to them scheduling an appointment. This is what's known as a marketing funnel, and I'm going to explain a little bit more about that later. So I'm going to show you some of the data used when creating a Facebook ad for the dental industry. Here you can actually target people in a specific location, even right down to the zip code. You could be anywhere in the country, but I'm using a specific address of a dental office in Miami, and I'm telling Facebook to show the ad to women ages 30 to 65 who are within a 10-mile radius of this office and whose online behavior tells us that they're interested in teeth whitening. Now, as you can see, the potential reach of that demographic is 360,000 people. That's a really big group of people, and you really want to narrow down this demographic a little bit more. So the more specific we get, the smaller and more targeted the audience becomes, and that's a good thing. Those are the people we're telling Facebook to show your ad to. So here you can see there's 26,000 in that targeted area who fit the mold of the patients that could potentially click on your ad. These are very specific people in that area that would be willing to pay for teeth whitening based on their behavioral data online. And that's how we would use the Facebook platform. We would target them based on this data and then show them this type of advertisement, which would ultimately lead them to click on the ad, which brings them to a page called a landing page. So this image is of the ad itself, okay, where we mention the location, we talk about what they're interested in, we make a great offer, and then there's a call to action, as you can see down here in the book now, little button in the corner. That then brings us to the landing page, and on the landing page is where they would click the action and leave their information on what's called a lead capture form. So they would reach out, book a phone call, consultation, leave their contact information, things of that nature. And then that gets acknowledged by a thank you page. So I wanted to circle back and explain a little bit more about the funnel that I was talking about. If you've ever spoken with a digital marketer, you're more than likely have heard this buzzword come up. Basically, your ad is at the top of the funnel where a lot of people flow into it. So let's say 1,000 people view your ad and 500 of them take the bait, meaning your offer, and they click on the link to the landing page. Now, out of that 500, only 100 decide to enter their contact information. And then once their contact information was received by your office converted 10 of them into appointments. That final number is the bottom of your funnel. So that's the mechanics of a Facebook ad. And this is where 99% of marketers stop. They promise you a certain number of leads a month, let's say 100 to keep it simple. They deliver on their promise, and then they want you to spend with them again the following month. And there's nothing wrong with that. They're doing their job. But what transpires from when the cold lead comes into the funnel and speaks to someone in your office is of no concern to the majority of marketers. If you can convert 20 out of 100 leads, fantastic. But if you convert only 5 out of 100 of those leads, well, essentially, that's your problem. You hired the marketer for a specific service, they did deliver on the goods, and the deal is done. So something I hear over and over again from clients is that these online leads stink, or these marketers are just out to make money off of me. Now, I'm not going to fault anyone for wanting to make money, because don't we all? That's why you're here. But because dentistry is in my blood and I understand the challenges in your practice, I've set myself apart by creating a system to make the conversion process much easier and assist with lead follow-up. So let's talk a little bit about these leads and what it takes to get results in converting them. It's imperative that as soon as a lead comes in from any source of online marketing, that they be contacted within the first 5 minutes of sending in their contact information. After 5 minutes, the success rate decreases exponentially. So how often, though, is it that the person in your office who's supposed to be taking these lead calls is busy with another patient at the front desk, or on the phone with an insurance company, or running to the supply room for something? And knowing that this is a cold lead, it's not going to be a quick call. In addition, if your office calls back and it goes to voicemail, how is the rest of the follow-up handled? What now happens to that lead? These are situations that most marketers don't bring up because they don't have any firsthand experience in a dental office and they don't know how to address them. But what if you worked with a marketer who knows the dental industry from the inside out? Imagine getting leads where you already know how many teeth they're missing, why they're interested in getting dental implants, and in detail. how quickly they want to get the work done, and how they intend to pay for their implants, knowing that the cost can be significant. How much easier do you think it would be to have a conversation with someone who gave all that information to you up front before ever speaking with them? Speaking of having a conversation with the new patient lead, like I just mentioned before, it's imperative to contact that lead within the first 5 minutes of sending their information. What if I take care of that crucial first contact on your behalf? How about as soon as a new lead comes in, a voice message is sent straight to their phone acknowledging that your office received their contact information and you're looking forward to speaking with them directly. And that caller ID is a local number from your office area code. This gives your office time to review this potential new patient's information that they submitted before calling them. Now, you don't have to go on a pure cold call situation as you normally would, and your office staff doesn't have to go into a frantic panic, rushing to make that crucial call within 5 minutes. In addition to providing a follow-up system, I've created a simple and easy to learn set of scripts specifically designed to engage the new lead and help them fall in love with your practice. These scripts will make the new patient feel like a welcome member into your practice. Whoever is going to be designated as your dental implant lead coordinator will get these scripts and the training necessary so they feel comfortable and sound natural over the phone, not like they're reading from a script. Not only do I provide the training on the scripts, but I'll be able to monitor how well your team member is applying that training by utilizing a call tracking number. So the call is recorded and I'm able to review that with the team member and the doctor. It is truly a marvelous tool for the doctor to be aware of how well their staff is implementing the training, and if such is the case, discover maybe who they thought was the right person to handle these leads really isn't. That's not a bad thing. This call tracking number has been an eye-opening experience for a few of my clients, occasionally shockingly so. If you've never paid attention to your staff on the phone, you will after hearing a few of these recordings. It's so important because that voice on the phone is a representative of you and your practice. You should know that they're capable of representing you in the best and most professional light possible. It's a tool to provide valuable feedback that everyone can learn from. So let's look at some numbers. Let's briefly touch on the lifetime value of a patient. If you know your numbers in dental implant procedures, you are well aware that the lifetime value of a patient can range between $2,000 and upwards of $50,000, and that's not taking into account the referrals from that patient's family, friends, or coworkers. I'm going to keep the example on the extreme low end. Let's say your conversion is not the best and 100 leads converts into 100 patients. Is that an unrealistic number? No, not at all. And let's say the average lifetime value per patient, again on the low end, is $2,000. In 1 month with 10 new implant patients, that would be a total revenue of $20,000, which is a 300% return on your investment. Imagine if your conversions were higher. Let's say you had more than 10. 10 is a very low number. And with my system and training and the right team member in your office, teaching them how to convert more of these leads into butts in your chair will offer the potential to get 20, 30, even upwards of 40 new patients a month into your practice. You're going to run out of appointment slots before you run out of patients. And running an ad for implants, you know that $2,000 lifetime value will increase significantly. Is that something you'd have a problem with? I'll give you an example. One of my newest clients, she's a new practice owner with a brand new staff, and they're all lovely, lovely people, but they have limited phone and conversion skills. However, in only the first 2 weeks of working with me, I've generated 35 pre-qualified leads. They have appointed 13 new patients, and the doctor's ROI so far is over 600% based on the revenue generated only from her first 2 patients that she has seen. So even with unskilled people handling these leads, they are crushing it. Why? Because now they have a system in place that works. Right? I know. So I've given you a lot of information. Let's recap. Here are all the benefits you're going to receive when you work with me. I'm going to guarantee you a minimum of 50 to 100 pre-qualified leads. That's a $5,000 value right there. The dental implant success guide you get as soon as you sign up to the program. You're going to have a proven landing page setup that I know works. You're going to get staff onboard training and phone scripts, campaign monitoring. So a lot of times what we start with is not always what we end up with. And I will monitor that on a daily basis and make any tweaks that are needed throughout the campaign. Ad optimization for high click-through rate. Lead pre-qualifying reporting. On every lead that comes in, you're going to get a report that tells you those 4 qualifying things that I mentioned before. You're going to have a dedicated CRM with voice message, texting, and email follow-up. That's priceless. You're going to have a call tracking number for lead monitoring, and I'm going to give you training on that. And you're going to have continuous support. And I'll be honest, I give you even more, but there's just too much more to go into, and I don't want to overwhelm you. So just to take any thought of risk off the table, I'm offering my 100% satisfaction guarantee. I promise that you will recover your entire investment into this program within your first month, or I will continue working for no additional fee until you do. The only one who's assuming a risky position here is me. How can I make this offer? I'm so confident that you'll have fantastic results that I'm willing to assume the risk. Knowing what I know, there is very little, if any, risk with my service. The bottom line is that your success is my goal. I want to become one of your most valuable business assets, your secret weapon in the local marketplace. For example, if you're working with me in New Jersey and you're getting amazing results, I want you to refer me to your dental colleagues outside of your area because I do not overlap territories. So maybe you know a colleague in New York or in Pennsylvania or way outside of your market in California. That's the way that I'm going to grow my business. And just like the kids tell their friends how much ROI they got from the tooth fairy, I'll help you get results and you'll tell your friends. And let's look at what your investment would be. I have 3 different systems in place that cater to varying needs of each practice. The first program is the Gold Growth System, and this was developed primarily for those of you who are already working with a practice management consultant. There is no need to overlap services, so as long as we're all on the same page as far as the training and the phone scripts go, and you have a designated implant lead coordinator that is on point, your team may not need my consulting services. So that system would be $4,500 a month. The Platinum Prosperity System is everything I just talked about, including my coaching services. That's my most popular plan, and that investment is $5,500 a month. Lastly, there's the Diamond Domination System, which is everything I've mentioned, plus the addition of 2 custom educational videos that can be placed on your social media and or in your ads. to help educate your patients, create more brand recognition in your market, and educate your patients more on what you can offer them. That investment is $7,500 a month. Before I say anything further, let me assure you that you do not need to make a decision right now. I'm not going to ask for a credit card. Before we move forward, you and I need to have a discussion about what your needs and expectations are. And I will also explain to you what my requirements and expectations will be of you and your team if we decide to work together. I want to set your practice up for success. And I'm looking for doctors who are ready to do what needs to be done in order for that success to occur. As I mentioned from the start, I am not your typical throw up an ad and hope for the best type of marketer. If you're not successful, then I won't be successful. And I intend to continue being successful. So if you truly do not believe that you will be able to recoup your investment within the first month, that means that you don't believe you and your team can close 1 to 3 implant cases a month. And I'm sorry, but you will not be a good fit for this system. And that's okay. Not every program is good for all people. And if that's you, I thank you sincerely for your time and ask if you have any colleagues you think would be interested in my program. Please send them to me or have them reach out and contact me. Now, for those of you who are like, heck yeah, of course we can close at the very least 3 implant cases from 100 leads generated, then you are the doctor this will absolutely work for. And the next step for you will be to get into my schedule for a 15-minute discovery call where we'll discuss how I can help you and how we can work together. We will meet either by phone or online on a Zoom call, so you can schedule whenever it's convenient for you. I do make myself available in the evenings to accommodate those of you who are too busy during the day and those of you who are outside of the Eastern Standard Time. Below this video or somewhere on this page, there's a button you can use. Get into my schedule, pick a time and a date. We'll have a conversation. I am pretty busy with consultations. I'm doing roughly about 10 appointments a day, but I would love to have a conversation with you. So if you hit the button, schedule a time, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Whatever questions you have, write them down, save them for our conversation. Please be sure to have whoever is involved in the decision-making on the call with us. So if you have a business partner, please both of you be on the call with me. Once again, I appreciate you so much for watching this video. I truly value your time. I know you're very busy people, and I really appreciate it. I hope you got a lot of value out of it, and I will really be looking forward to your phone call. So hit the button, schedule a call. I look forward to speaking with you. And remember, you got this. Dental implant success. Thank you so much and have an awesome day.